And so,
Can do.
yeah, perfect. I think that's all there is to say about that one.
So is that our review?
That's it. Pretty fast.
Okay. All right, moving on to Come Together Festival review.
Yeah, so this is the one that's in August. This is August 16th and 17th, formerly known as Geezer Fest. It's a bunch of classic rock bands that come into the park, and um, they're trying to go a little bit bigger with it this year to get some interest and try to add some, some fun things to do in the community. One question for you, Lene, is how would you feel about having them come to a work session, kind of the main three guys, and just talk to the council? Would that be okay?
Yeah,
Because they just want to kind of present their plan and vision for what this could be going forward. I'll work with Teresa and Brent to get that on the agenda.
one concern I did have, a question. It's at the farm during the same time as the farmer's market. Right?
I know this is a Friday, Saturday event.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do we have one going on the same time as the farmer's?
That's our concert series.
Right. Okay. So, and maybe I'll just say it here. So the concern is at the farmer's market, sometimes they do have booths that bring music. So maybe we can, so we don't have a clash of the bands thing going on.
Yeah.
Maybe we might, I don't know how, I know one's over on the stage. This guy was actually pretty close to the stage.
Was he?
Weeks ago, so
Okay.
might want to maybe chat with the organizers of the farmer's market to see if there's something we need to do there, or just so people aren't upset if they plan to play at the farmer's market and then they get drowned out.
Yeah.
Stage performance. I'm not quite sure how they're set up, whether they pay a fee to perform or.
Yeah, because I talked to them about, because we were wondering if the yoga thing was going to be an issue, because they've been out in front of the stage, but they're going to move them to the other side of the park. So that won't be an issue, but I'll talk about the other musicians there too.
Just so we don't have a clash.
And then as far as the Come Together Festival, this is some of the extra things they want to do is they want to have a car show, and with it they want to have like a little mini farmers market where there's some booths to look at, some food trucks, and kind of just do something to bring in more people. It's been, I'd say, moderately well attended in the past. It hasn't been like a huge success, not like Orem Fest or even the farmers market. But they're just trying to do some things, like we're talking about doing like a breakfast Saturday morning for the community to come out, because they've got some young kid groups, some kid rock bands that would be playing in the morning of Saturday. And so we could have like a little community pancake breakfast, listen to these kids play. So that could be kind of fun. We're thinking maybe the neighborhood commission could help
That would be awesome.
with that.
Yeah.
And they could get the booth out and all that good stuff.
So is it going to be the same, basically the same array of food trucks? Are they use the same list, or?
Well, we're in charge of it. So if you have one you'd like to see, we could reach out to them and invite them.
I like the honey corn dogs.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Except we don't get the large. It's way too large.
It's too big, huh?
I'm like, $2 more, I'll get the large. Oh my gosh, no.
And then they were talking about doing a fireworks show, like a 5 to 10 minute fireworks show at the end of Saturday night. I feel like that would really bring a crowd.
Yeah.
If we were able to pull that off.
That'd be beautiful too.
So yeah, they're just really going hard this year. They presented to this group, and I think we were all supportive, right?
So
of what they're trying to do.
Real fireworks.
Fireworks.
Okay.
Not a drone show. I feel like with rock and roll, you need fireworks. Yeah. Any questions on that one? Any concerns? It's moving along. We have another meeting with them on Tuesday.
Oh,
this
one
next
thing.
Tuesday.
I did notice in the paper sometimes if we could get some Orem. I know I've seen things posted in there. But
In the Daily Herald?
The events,
Okay.
section. Maybe just double check and make sure we're covering that.
Except me. They're in the church.
If Provo has something in there, we better have it in there.
That's right. We will not stand for this. Okay. Yeah, I think that's everything with the Come Together Festival. It's moving along pretty nicely. I hope it comes together.
Okay, and utility box pickup.
Yeah, so this we need a new arts council member to be in charge of. John Reinhardt, for some health reasons, had to resign, so he's not going to be with us anymore. And so I didn't know if there was anyone who was feeling passionate about the utility box and the wraps and the murals and all that stuff, or if this would be like a good thing to look for someone new to take John's spot. Like if we had a new person come in and that's their kind of their baby, you know.
Maybe more art, that kind of.
I think I'd be interested in it.
You would be interested in it, Scott?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, maybe Scott, Scott's on Zoom here. So maybe Scott and maybe a new person, because we do have an opening or two
Okay.
now because of John. So
Perfect.
we,
We'll look for that qualification. then.
okay, perfect.
And you can help him, Scott? You can do it with him?
Yeah. Sure.
Because we have basically the last project we have on as far as this is the in the Sarah Park, there's those pavilions that are different colors like yellow, green, red. The idea was to wrap the pole in the middle with some art that was submitted I don't know how many years ago, but that's kind of the last item to do on that project is get those poles wrapped.
And just to make sure that we're clear on this is a chance for us to showcase local artists.
Exactly.
Like we want real artists
Mhm.
to do the art and pay them.
Yes, absolutely. So, and it may even be time to go back out to the community and be like, hey, we're taking new submissions because we've come to the end of our first phase, I guess you'll call it. So maybe that's how we can kind of reinvigorate this effort, because we've got some money set aside, thanks to the care tax to do this. And so it'd be great to get it done.
What do you guys think? Do you want that posted? Can we post that now? Do you think?
Yep, the timing's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After new artist?
Yeah.
And John really did a good job on it. He put a lot of time and effort into it. And so, we thank him for all of his efforts. And so now I think we're just ready for phase two and maybe someone who's ready to take on a new project. Okay.
Now on this agenda, you have MC calendar. You still need to-
Oh yeah, so those are the minutes, which I think
Oh,
we might be able to approve. I think there's a quorum. And we can add that. That wasn't on the agenda, but we should probably do that at the end.
So we would like specifically like an art person, right?
Yes, like someone who's like a visual artist of some kind.
Artist.
Yeah.
So if you guys have ideas, would you send me an email?
'Cause-
I can reach out to them.
I think, Cassandra Barney filled that role for a long time. I don't know how many years she was on the Arts Council, but that's her jam. But if there's others out there that we know that are kind of in that same space.
Okay, moving on. World Folk Fest update.
I wanted to start by saying thank you, Michael, for bringing those to us. That was
They were on my list. So
It's fantastic. So you didn't know them before?
I did not know them before. I mean, I'm a folk dancer, but I didn't know them.
Really?
So they were on the list. So I've been to 3 of my 4.
Uh,
Yeah, and they were, yeah. I
Wow.
saw one word.
dang. So that's awesome. That's a great, the program is working
It
then.
is working.
Because I thought you had some connection with them.
No, we just had lunch. I reached out to them. We had lunch together one day. And yeah, I gave them some encouragement. Did the rest.
Well, man, that's amazing then.
Yeah.
So I met with them on probably Monday or Tuesday, and it's pretty much ready to go. The 2 groups that we're going to get are from Taiwan and Poland. So we're kind of going to see like kind of an East and West thing.
Oh, fun.
And they have live musicians that come with them too.
Wow.
So it's going to be kind of a really fun experience at both the park and then here at Library Hall. And so we're locked in for 5 o'clock on the 31st at the park. We have everything ready to go for that one. And then it'll be at 7 at Library Hall. And kind of the last big thing we have to decide at Library Hall is, do we think we're going to get more than 500 people to attend? Because if so, we need to do a ticketing system.
Mhm.
Now it'll still be free, of course, but you just would need to reserve your spot to come, so that it's not like overrun. So, I mean, what's your thought
How
at
do
like
we
a,
know that if we've never
Exactly.
had it before?
exactly, you know, it's the first year.
Are we competing with an event down south?
Yeah,
Is it that same night? Are they doing?
they're doing stuff down there too.
They're doing stuff.
That
down
might
there.
be
Yeah.
my
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because what's the folk dance scene look like in Utah County? Is it, you know,
It's
big.
pretty right?
I know that like I've been to the BYU shows and it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, BYU folk dancers is the biggest university folk dance probably in the world, but in the United States.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, very, very famous.
Yeah.
And so that's why Springville, I believe, has been doing so well
hmm
because they're piggybacked off that originally.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because it started as a BYU thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're really just doing it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know about the 500. I mean, if there's something else going down there for folk dancers, then you're probably okay not having the tickets up here.
Okay.
Yeah, and I guess if you sell out, and you just tell them, hey, run down to Springville. You can,
That's right. You still
you
get
can
it.
go watch the other ones do their thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so we're working out all the logistics. The August one or the August 1st one is just much more complicated. There's like they want lighting and they want a bunch of different things. The one out in the park is super simple. They're just going to show up and play their instruments and dance. So we're working through quite a bit with the August 1st one, but I think it's going to be great.
Can I ask, because I know they're not on our concerts in the park list,
Mhm.
but if you don't have anybody to introduce them, I would love to introduce them.
Oh, that'd be
So,
fantastic.
from this group, right? Just
Yeah.
introduce them from this group, thank them and all that. That'd be fun.
What are the dates for those?
So the one outside will be July 31st, which is a Wednesday night, and that's at 5. And then it'll be the next day, August 1st at Library Hall, and that's at 7.
Which ones went? Are they both performing?
Both, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we should invite the council for sure.
So we could advertise the August 1st, the night before, or the day before.
Oh, absolutely. I think it should totally be mentioned.
Yeah.
We could put, that one could go in the next newsletter, like, I think I'm the one that's supposed to do the next newsletter, that would come out the end of July, is that right?
That'll be in like 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay,
Yeah,
so, but yeah, we'll be into July, so I
Mhm.
could put I could put a little,
that'd be amazing if you could do a little write up.
go to the, so maybe I need to get a little more information.
Yeah, I think he's got more information.
Okay.
He does. Would you say she could get the information off of their website or just some of the write-ups that they did for us?
Yeah, I'll send you what I have, but they're doing some specific Orem marketing. They're going to put some stuff together just for us because
Okay.
everything right now says Springville, go to Springville.
Right,
And they don't
right.
have any Orem stuff, but they're working on it.
But I can mention it, yeah, for upcoming events,
Mhm.
arts events. We can do
Yeah.
that.
And I am mentioned it on the one that's, I guess,
It went out this week.
yeah,
Yes, thank you for doing that.
on that, on, and the one on 5 o'clock on the 31st.
Yeah.
So it'd be great for follow-up.
And I'd love to do some like promo videos with them because they have a lot of great footage from years past.
Yeah.
We could interview them. We could interview you or just talk about it, invite people out. Those videos do really well. Like when we're they're like maybe 30 seconds or less. We just tell people this is what's going on. So if you have some availability, we'd love to
Sure.
get with you.
Sure.
We have we talked about the Chinese folk art festival that's going on tomorrow. In the same.
We have not, and they're throwing the Orem logo around
Yeah, I
as if
noticed
it's
that.
like a city thing.
I noticed that.
Yeah, Jake was going to reach out to him and say cease and desist.
Okay.
Has anyone heard about this? I don't know. I don't have any details.
What is it?
It's in Mountain Park, 11 to 2, Chinese Folk Art Festival. So I'm not sure how, I think I got an email from them
Okay.
as city council
Uh-huh.
inviting me, but yeah, when I saw it, I thought, I don't think that's come before our art commission.
No, and that would be like a perfect thing to bring to this group.
Yeah.
But they're throwing all kinds of government logos on there. UDOT was on there,
Okay.
and I don't know. Like,
So they
there's
did
probably some confusion there.
rent our park, right? Because
Yeah.
we're doing it up the canyon,
Uh-huh.
the park there, but I would,
That'd be a nice group to touch base with, and try to bring them into the fold a little bit. Because this is the first I've ever heard of it. Had you heard of it in years past?
I am not.
Okay.
Yeah. We're actually kind of cute because they were in Chinese. Well, the first one. The
Google
second
Translate.
one.
And is that tomorrow? Is that what you said?
It's tomorrow. Isn't it tomorrow? I think that's what did I say that? Yeah. Yes, tomorrow.
What time is it
at?
11
Is that
to
at
2.
the same time as the go kart?
Or the bluegrass?
Yeah, so you could get some Chinese folk appreciation and then
One's up
come
the
and do
hall,
bluegrass.
One's up the canyon. right?
Uh-huh.
One's
Yeah, and
up
it sounds
the-
like it's earlier in the day, so they're going 11 to 2.
It'd
And
just be interesting to see how many people show up.
yeah,
Yeah.
Where are they
They'll tell us
advertising?
that.
Do you
the only thing
know?
I've ever seen is an email that I think was sent to maybe you
That
guys.
we got, okay.
Yeah, I hadn't seen anything on social media. I hadn't seen any signage for it.
Which park is it?
The one in the canyon, Mount Timpanogos Park.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So
By
it's
the
on
dam.
Eventbrite, if you guys use that app. you can get more
Eventbrite?
Information about it there. I'm trying to look, they're having boba, I think.
Mm.
Yeah, there's our logo right there.
Yeah, you can see all the people they've included, which I don't think they're sponsors or
UTA.
any way involved.
Just got Utah Chinese Americans, I mean, here's their, that's their little, so they're gonna have some food
What time does it say?
and, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mount Timpanogos Park. Cultural activities are free, handmade, fresh, and heritage food is available for purchase. Chinese folk art handicrafts is available. for purchase. So, yeah, they got all kinds of sing, play, dumplings, win a gift.
Nice.
Anyway, it might be fun to, if they want to continue that, let's.
Yeah.
If you guys want.
Mikey, is that something you think you can go to?
Tomorrow I can.
You booked?
Yeah, I
Okay.
booked tomorrow. We're just trying to think of anybody I know that's been on Chinese speaking missions or something.
Oh yeah.
Send out there or something.
I could try to attend
Did you go, Scott?
tomorrow. Yeah.
Just see if you can make contact. I'd love to just get in contact and at least, to be like, hey, in the future, unless the city is sponsoring your event, please don't use the logo. But it could be a good thing to partner with in the future. Sounds cool.
Mhm.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like a big event either. Like it's just a couple hours. Yeah. So if you can make
Yeah.
it 11 to 2, Scott,
Okay.
report back to us next time. And then as far as the World Folk, they're Mike and Greta are really great to work with. They've been doing this a long time. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're so happy to be in Orem, like to
They
get some
wanna
Orem
see
time.
it Change. They
Yeah.
want it to be bigger and yeah. I think it's probably might have been running its course down there a little bit.
Yeah, 38 years. I mean,
That's, yeah.
good run
Finding all those people to stay with, I
Mhm.
mean, it's an awesome endeavor.
for sure. And Mike and Greta are actually in Croatia right now, and for a different reason. But they're going to see some people that once stayed with them as host families, and so they have friends.
Oh, really?
in
So now they
Croatia.
have friends
Uh-huh.
all around the world. That's
Exactly.
awesome.
Yeah.
Good reason to do it.
Yeah. So yeah,
I
I
thought
think
you were on vacation. We're glad. that
I'm
you're
back.
not.
He's
I'm
back.
Mhm.
Not to put you on the spot, Adam, but have you had any more chats with the World Folk Festival people?
No,
We were just chatting about the two of performances that they're going to have here in Orem on the 31st and August 1st.
yeah,
So yeah, everything's going well with those, but I didn't know if they talked to you anymore about becoming an Orem event officially at the Sarah.
no, I mean, we've had them maybe every 2 years or so on, as part of our indoor season.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, but I haven't talked to them.
Okay, cool. Well, that's the report on the Folk Fest. I'll be sure to send everything you need for your newsletter article.
I'm wondering, sorry, my time is just now catching up. If we're gonna be advertising for new members of the Arts Council, could I put that in there as well?
Yeah, for sure, because I think we have at least 2 spots.
If there's like a link, if there's a
Mm-hmm.
link that we want people to apply to, you'll send that to me, I can include that in that section of the newsletter.
Will do. Well, the chair is here. You can
Okay,
pass
so
the torch.
Now it's open discussion.
Yeah, so
So
we
members, suggestions or ideas or whatever.
got through all the business in 25 minutes.
Did we have arts, who emceed all of the Summerfest stuff? I only ask because in the past, Arts Council members have done that.
Mhm. Yeah, I think I'm not sure that I think they brought their own MCs. Like the things I saw, it was just a person going up and saying, hey, "This is who we are," and here we go. So Do we find that valuable? Like, is that something we want to return to? Working out a schedule of,
I guess I would open it up to you guys, but what we've done in the past is we had a bookmark of our concert series. And some information about who is the Orem Arts Council. And so we would go up on stage and say, hey, over at this tent, in addition to a bowl of candy, is some bookmarks and some information about who the Arts Council is and what we do. And next up on stage is, and then we would go with whatever, in the past it was Shar, or whoever, had an intro for each group.
Mhm.
And so it was a way for our faces to get out there. And then we all just kind of signed up for a 2-hour shift or whatever, which was 2 to 4 groups, depending on the length of their performance. And it was just another way to get the Arts Council kind of out there. Any information that and these are things that we prepared in our meetings leading up to that, but and we picked our bands, in time to do those things, the bookmarks and stuff, but.
so the Arts Council was the one picking the bands and like the acts?
Well, no, I'm saying, when to get the concert series
Oh, okay.
bookmarks done in time, we just, so I'm just maybe bringing that up for next year. I don't even know if the Summerfest, if that was an option again or not, or if you all feel it was a valuable thing, but I thought it was a valuable thing, which is why I brought it up, but and we gave tickets away to things too, we did a little, hey, enter to win, and, give us your email, and we'll, so it was a way to collect emails, it was a way to solicit. We had a lot of care recipients give free tickets. Sarah did, Hale did, others did, to some of their upcoming things, and people could pick those prizes or whatever, and so anyway, or we picked their names out and gave them away. Anyway, we could get all kinds of creative, but do you feel like that's something maybe we ought to ask Summerfest if that's even an option before we get too far ahead, but.
Number of people that come to Summerfest, right? I think that's a great opportunity to gather more emails, send more. Yeah.
I think anything that gets us in front of more eyeballs is gonna be beneficial, and we really should be putting our efforts in those directions.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, anything to say, who is the Orem Arts Council? What do they do and how can they help you?
Well, it might be a nice way also to keep reminding people how the care tax is being used,
Mhm.
right? Because if they see it being used and they enjoy it and they like it, then the next time it comes around, it's an automatic, right? Like
Yeah.
we've seen everything that tax has done. And, it's not a mystery tax.
Yeah.
They see it.
Right.
Well, I know that 2 years ago, they had a little table next to the stage, and they would announce, come over and get the programs or what's going to come up in the thing, and they would hand them out. And that was good.
And it was like an 8.5 by 11 full color with our schedule of concerts, and we can promote the Wednesday markets and really just anything, but it was just, I just wondered, hey, they didn't ask any of us to sign up for a time, and so I wonder if they've decided something different or
No, Karina took over picking the entertainment and kind of managing that whole thing. And so I think it was more just kind of like, oversight really. But
Yeah.
if it's something we want to do, then we can easily make it happen.
we never picked the entertainment. That was always
Char did that.
Summerfest committee or somebody there.
I
But
think that's a great opportunity for this group to be out in the community, to promote the arts. I think you should be seen. I think we should be known, it should be known that we have an arts commission, or we appreciate art and we promote art. I like it.
you want to join our council?
And we can
let us know.
Wear your shirts.
That's right. You need a place to wear the shirts.
Let's get them shirts.
So maybe just as a to-do would be to talk to the powers that be at this Summerfest side.
Mhm.
Is that something that you would allow us to do? Is to have that, I'm sure the tent's already there, but to be at that table, help introduce the groups, promote the concert series. anything else and make those introductions. If they come back and say yes, then we can talk about calendaring wise, when we need to pick bands by and flyers and what other information do we want to do? Do we need a banner? You know,
Mhm.
we can have some time to do all that before, the end of May of next year.
I like
And I
it.
think the same thing we did for neighborhood commission, how we did the banner.
Mhm.
Let's get something for these guys, right?
Yeah.
Hosted by your Orem Arts Commission, Arts Council.
Well, with a QR code that takes them right to, yeah, do we still have a Facebook?
No Facebook, but we have a kind of a standalone web page where we put the stuff.
We take it there. or whatever.
That sounds great. Well,
I have a question.
yeah, go ahead, Scott.
So, yeah, concerning that, if they want to contact us, is that the best way to go to that website, or is there a telephone number or person they can call, or how do they get a hold of us if they want to?
You can give them my information, and I can manage that. We don't really have an arts council email set up or anything like that, but I'd be happy to take that on.
Okay. Maybe if we, like Adam was saying, make bookmarks or something, we could put that information on there and solicit if they want to join the Arts Council. Do we want to throw out that, or is that too much?
Yeah, join or work with, or be involved.
Right.
I think there's a lot.
Right.
We only have so many chairs and on the committee, but there's probably a lot of people we could work with and do good things.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you already
Okay.
talk about that?
More
How
people.
many vacancies do we have?
At least two.
Two.
Yeah.
And do anybody here have recommendations, or did you already give them?
I'm gonna think about that. I feel like, and I'm mostly connected to UVU, but we have like 35 art professors, right?
Mhm.
Some of them have to live in Orem.
You would think.
So, those are people who are teaching art and, that sort of thing. So if we're looking for someone specifically related to visual arts, I'll do some homework and see who's
Yeah.
who's
The
out there
art
for
guy
that.
quit,
but-
that's been helping, he had to retire, John.
John, yeah.
That's what they told us, so we're kind of looking for one of them to kind of replace him in the same.
Well, yeah, art teachers. I mean, we've had Kathy Debenham was on here for a while from the dance department.
Yeah, they live around the corner from me.
Nice.
So,
So, I mean, dance, you're kind of in the theater world, but
her husband, Pat, actually works at the Fashion Museum of Art.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like part-time. I think Kathy's not they can't go do all the fun things she wants to do in retirement because he went and
He got a job.
but I mean, we've had folks from the theater, from the dance, from the art department in the past. So it'd be great to have.
They might have suggestions of artists in the community as well. So let me reach out to art faculty and just see who they say is around. And I know there's plenty of artists that aren't necessarily connected to the university, but they'll know who those people are.
Right.
So,
No, that'd be really, really
see what I
helpful.
can find.
So should we have them call you if they're interested then, Pete?
Yeah, it needs to go through Lene, so she would need to chat with them and then
Okay.
about their application.
Yeah,
Doesn't
Yeah.
it go to the city council meeting? They vote on it?
yeah, so the liaison to the commissions, vet the candidates.
Okay.
And then present the name to the mayor to then present to the city council for their appointment. So that's kind of the way it goes, but any suggestions? Really appreciate it.
Yeah, and I'll send out the link to
This
everyone.
Her name skipped me. She did
Leah?
have her baby.
I don't think so. It's supposed to come in August, unless it's kind of like
Okay.
super early. She was at the pool party at Orem Fest.
Okay.
Yeah. And one other thing, the Orem Fest sponsorship committee has come to us asking if we want to be the sponsors of Orem's Got Talent and make that an arts council, function.
Yeah, I think so.
How
do you feel about that?
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good fit, because you're gonna have all kinds of musicians and dancers and different people performing. And this year was super great.
And really being the judges, if we have that expertise in
Oh, yeah.
discussion,
That's true.
maybe we pull some of those folks.
That'd be great. That's a great idea because some years it's tough to find judges. Yeah.
Who have been the judges in the past?
Various people that Shelley Seastrand knows, mainly from the pageant world. So you have like Miss Orem has been a judge every year. There's generally been a city council member like Debbie LeRae was on it for years and years. Who else is on there? Donna Millard did it. There's been a few other people. There's been some like dance people, mainly choir people.
So I've got a question about library hall. I don't know it well, and the library is probably one that books it. Are they booked all the time? Do they need help putting more people in? It's such a beautiful concert-ish, concert-ish, movie-ish type of place, at least what I've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, should we be encouraging, like I have a couple choirs in my, the one I'm supposed to go and visit, and one of them, the Cantorum, went there, but I didn't know if I should encourage the other one to try to go there, or is it completely booked all year? Or can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, you want to talk about the policy?
Yeah, so it's care tax recipients
Okay.
are priority,
Mhm.
right?
That's right.
So they kind of need to go do that vetting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of really the main.
And then they just
Sure.
contact the
And
library.
then
Is
the
that-
library schedules it.
They're the schedulers.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
yeah, it's scheduled, but there's room. You could probably.
What
go
is
to the-
the cost?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, so we're just working through this for Folk Fest, and the nonprofit groups are about 1,200 for like kind of a full production. If you're going to do a one night show, it's about $1,200. But our care groups, get priority and a little help with that,
And some help.
and some help. Yeah. So all of our groups that we're working with the Arts and Masters program are care, so they would qualify for the program. Yeah.
Okay.
Did I hear you say it costs a group about $1,200 to put
Yeah,
on
like
a show there?
Like if you were going to come just as a nonprofit, unaffiliated city group to rent the facility, that would be like 5 or 6 hours with the sound and the lights and setup and all that stuff.
I see.
And it's kind of tricky because, I mean, maybe this has changed, Pete, but, I was always kind of told, we really want to keep it to for Orem city events.
Mhm.
So if you see it sitting empty, it's because, there are those things built in to where the city can schedule it for me too. We have some things that invite arts.
If a group pays the $1,200, can they sell tickets?
I'd have to, I believe so, but I'd have to check with Mike. Mike's the manager of the facility, so I'd have to ask him what the rules are.
Well,
Uh-huh.
I've been to a Timpanogos Symphony
Uh-huh.
last year and I bought a ticket.
And they played here. Oh, sweet. Okay, so I guess it is possible.
Do you know if Utah Shakes sold tickets?
No, because they came as for the library. The library invited them to be part of a program,
And they're also.
and their care tax.
Care tax.
But yeah, that was a library function, and so the library took care of that.
And that's a good point. There are scheduled, like I say, kind of these Orem city scheduled events.
Right.
And the library does.
Yeah,
schedule
and that's how we're doing the Folk Fest is because they're coming in as an arts council sponsored group. We're taking care of all that.
When we did the Sweetheart Serenade, it was a arts council thing that was per city.
Yeah, city sponsored events are kind of treated as their own separate thing.
So if they're asked to come, then it doesn't cost them anything.
Exactly, because they're coming to help us put on a program.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and my sense is that you have a lot on your plate.
Some.
Because of large events.
And I was just wondering if, what people thought of having somebody on the Arts Council be designated as sort of like the communication point person.
Oh, as far as like if a group was reaching out, like they could talk
So
to them.
instead of it being your phone number,
Uh-huh.
then somebody else's phone number, or an email address, something like that, and then if they get the communication, then they can feed it to whoever
Mhm.
it needs to go to, so it's not taking up your time when you've got so much other stuff to do.
Are you volunteering?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'll take it.
The only thing we have often not done that on some of our commissions is because you are volunteers and we don't necessarily want you to be subject to some of the ire that is sometimes prevalent or happens. So that's, you would have to, I don't know, I want you to think about that, right? So that's a concern we've had with some of our other groups. That's why we've always had a city, an employee, a staff liaison, and then typically had the staff liaison reach out to someone, you know, like you, or to kind of protect you.
Well, I'm good at saying, you know, this is really a thing for Pete to handle. So
You can pass it
I'm
on
going to give
anytime.
you his phone number, and you just pass right on there.
Well, you know, it's interesting that you bring that up because we actually had someone reach out this morning. Has anyone heard of the, what do they call it? Hold up. It's something about Gospel Unity Choir. Has anyone heard of this group? Yes, yes, that's right. And so this is what she said. I'm Deborah Bonner and of the Unity Gospel Choir, wanting to get more integrated and involved with the Arts Council in our local community. We recently performed at the Sarah in May and had a wonderful experience. What could we do to partner with the Orem Arts Council in the future? So 5 stars to the Sarah.
She lives in Provo, so
Does she?
she couldn't serve on the council, but somebody in the choir may live in Orem in terms of that.
Yeah.
7 children.
She would be,
Yeah.
but she'd be one you definitely want to invite to perform.
Yeah.
The Bonner family has that Hale is doing Ragtime as their first show in the new theater up in the Market Fork, and there's at least one, maybe 2 Bonner family members involved with that, since it's so much about the Black experience, and they have, you know, experience as mediators and, you know, talking about that, helping people to understand it. So that's, I mean, so that I'm just saying that they are involved in, excuse me, in the arts community right in this area, not only at the Sarah, but
So it sounds like this is coming from like an assistant or something. Her name's Heather. If I gave you her number, do you want to reach out and just kind of see what they were thinking, like what they're looking for, or how they think they can be involved, or things we could do?
I'll just get their.
Is it a possibility they're looking to get on the tax next year or something? Maybe
That could be, yeah, that could be part of it for sure.
They have performed for the city before.
Yeah, I know they've done several concerts over here. So it sounds like we maybe have a little bit of a relationship already.
Yeah.
But yeah, you they have a nonprofit, so that along those same lines, the city council just approved all the new care recipients for the next year, and I wonder if we ought to review that list that we've divided up and see if there's anybody not on that.
Yeah,
and
do.
redivide that, and so we don't leave anyone behind.
That'll be a great thing to do. I'll add that for our next meeting.
And that could be just another point of contact. Hey, congratulations, you know, and then we'll be in touch.
Yeah, because by our next meeting, it'll be official. It'll be the new budget year, and that money will be available. So that'll be great.
That's all the other things I have. I other than we hope you'll all have an opportunity to come. Maybe Scott already talked about this, but come and see his show, Cries of Freedom, which is, what are the dates, Scott? 3rd, 4th, 2nd.
That's July 4th, 5th, and 6th, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And
4th, 5th,
you know, the lobby opens at 10 in the morning, and we have these things, a lot of things for them to do there in the lobby. And then the show is at 1, 4, and 7. And on Friday, July 5th, we have the swearing in ceremony with real immigrants, you know, real citizen candidates. And let's see. Yeah, so we hope you'll, you know, come. And
I can do a much better job at this than I can, but part of his experience this year is that when you first come in, you'll you'll get on a boat and get off the boat, and when you get off the boat, they give you a lanyard of an actual immigrant. And then you follow that immigrant story, and you go through and you learn all of the things. Everyone I've met that is a born citizen, it's interesting how little we know about what they have to know to become a citizen. And it's almost all of us would not, I'm sure of it. Anyway, but it's interesting to learn those things and kind of go through that experience. But that Friday thing, when he has a federal judge come in and these people get up and tell you what it means to them to become a citizen of our country. I mean, it's amazing. It's an amazing experience. And he's got this great Cries of Freedom is just that. It's a theater piece with music that he's worked on for years to talk about all of these different immigrants and their stories and how they've, come to America to be part. Anyway, that's kind of a neat thing. And then that's at the Sierra in the theater too. And then in the Gallery 101, for those same 3 days, we have Brent Ashworth and his rare American artifacts. It's kind of cool to come and see George Washington's wallet and Abraham Lincoln's whatever. And, he's got the Bible that came over on the Mayflower and just some really cool things that you can see, a Civil War drum and, some really cool things that he puts on display for those 3 days. And he's there and talks about it and really brings those things to life. So it's kind of cool. And then the same 3 days in the Sierra Park is Colonial Days, where you can go and learn about all those lost arts, broom making and casket making and candle making and pottery and, all those kinds of things. You can get some fresh lemonade or they have a big bread oven there that you get some fresh bread these people come from all over the country to reenact all of these things in colonial days. It's really kind of a cool thing. It's become one of the bigger gatherings of reenactment on this side of the Mississippi, and they've these people, like I said, these people come from all over the country. So if you have time on it's a lot going on those days, but I would encourage you to go over. They're both care recipients, but it's a really cool thing to see all three of those experiences. Of course, there's lots of other things relating to the film festival and others that bring that patriotism in, but
need to get ahead in the end.
Yeah, there's.
Go ahead, Scott. Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So there's also a World War II military reenactment. There's just a lot going on in the park. There's a lot going on at the Sierra Theater. It's really the Freedom Festival Orem connection. And we started this in about 2008, and it's really grown. It's of course in 2015 we had the Candy Bomber, and we had the biggest probably gathering ever in Orem. Shut down the that was mega big. And so we're not going to do that again, obviously, but it still brings a lot of people that come every year. And so it's become quite a tradition, I guess, for Orem, and it'll continue on, we hope, for a long time in the future.
I'm glad you mentioned that. The military vehicles on the north end of the park. It's kind of fun. They have QR codes you can scan to learn about those vehicles and where they served. And anyway, it's educational and fun and patriotic. You can hear the cannon go off every so often and other things.
And you get to see Scott in his Revolutionary War soldier's outfit.
There you go.
Which is a treat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in full costume.
I feel like you have a lot of costumes because I saw you at Orem Fest in your full Scottish regalia.
Yeah. 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 Now I do that too.
Dang, I missed it.
So
Well, thank you, Scott. We'll be there. I went to the naturalization ceremony last year, and it's probably one of the greatest things, as far as boosting your patriotism and just taking a lot of pride in the country to watch
yeah.
these new citizens take the oath. It's awesome.
Yeah. We're going to have some speakers, we'll have a pre-show for every show, but and also for the swearing in ceremony, we're going to have the speech contest winners. These are the youth. They're going to speak at the pre-show before every show, and also, of course, at this swearing in ceremony. So there's going to be a lot happening.
That's fantastic. We'll be there. We'll be sure to put lots of stuff out on social media and the website and the newsletter to help people get the message.
Okay. Sounds good.
Anything else anyone wanted to bring up? Things that we think about?
It looks like we established the MC for the summer concert series.
Mhm.
Did we already did I get assigned to something that I don't know about that? So I just want to check.
No, we were kind because you weren't here. We didn't give you a second. But we do need a replacement for Michael on, I think you were July 17th.
July 17th.
Does that possibly work for you?
Probably the only day I can't do because that's opening night of.
Okay, all right, no problem. We'll find
Now, I have
someone.
one in August that you could do, because if I'm gonna do the full tests,
Oh, there you go.
then that way,
I could,
I don't
I
need to
could,
do, I think it was August 8th or something.
Yeah, you're on August 7th, and then so if you wanted to introduce August
the
7th,
7th, I can
Yeah.
do 7th, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
that'll be perfect. Then Mike will move you up to 31st. Okay, perfect.
You all get your tickets, haven't checked.
This is good. Thank you.
Yes, good. Hopefully you can come and be seen and see and be seen
Fireworks chapter, huh?
on Monday.
Monday night.
Several of our employees went to the Little Mermaid this year.
Oh, did you? Oh, thank you. All because of that.
We had a bunch of employees go last night to Little Mermaid. They loved it. They said it was awesome. Their kids were just loving it. Are you in it, Mike?
Yeah.
What are you playing?
I play Grimsby, the only old person in the whole show. Everybody else is like.
Was it like later and everything?
But they line up to see Ariel at the end of the show, just, they let them take pictures with all of them,
They did a great job, and Mike's son Chase directed it,
Oh, cool.
and his daughter-in-law choreographed it.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's a Ramsey affair. No,
Nice.
no, it's a great show, and
Great talent too.
we have tonight and tomorrow to go.
It is a great show. I'll say that. I liked it. I loved it.
Please come, please introduce yourselves to people, please, enjoy the show, but also we want you to build your network and enjoy, so.
Hey, Pete, what concert series was I supposed to introduce? Do you have that?
Yeah, we've got
There.
you down for July 31st. So that would be the Wasatch Show Band. That will be Michael take the first one, which is the Folk Fest, and then you'll do the show band.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Have that about via email.
Oh yes, I will put everything down so it's documented. And then we should probably review the minutes and accept those now that we have everyone here. Just if there's any changes that need to be made, or if we feel like that is a fair representation of what happened last time.
So now, if there's a motion to approve the May 17th minutes, thank you. A second? Thank you. All in favor?
Right.
Any opposed? Great. Anything else, sir?
I think that's it. We got through them.
Our next meeting is July.
That's right. It'll be July. What's the date? It'll be July 19th. That's right. And so the one thing for sure that we'll have is the review of the new care recipients. We'll make sure that that's on there. And if there's anything else we need to talk about, please let me know and we'll add it to the agenda.
Okay.
I missed the utility box. Do we need to carry that over next month too, or?
Basically, the action item is find a visual artist to join the Arts Council. That's kind of what we're all looking for.
Okay.
Take it over.
I would like to look at redoing Cass Barney's
Yeah,
on the utility box by the shell and
expanding it.
expanding that.
Mhm. I think we just go with the new piece. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Okay,
We can talk to whoever's going to be involved.
you know, the one that's there is ready to be replaced and the other half needs it.
Well,
needs
it's
something.
amazing because some of the ones they're like brand new. Like they've been up for years and it doesn't look like there's any wear or tear. But that one, for whatever reason, is just getting trashed.
It beats by the sun.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm not even sure if they did the handle right because I think the handle's starting to grind through the artwork.
Nice.
So we'll figure it out.
Okay. Any others? We have a motion to adjourn. Thanks, Mike. Your second. All in favor?
Hey, thanks for joining us, Scott.
Okay, we'll see you at Prize of Freedom.
That's right. We'll see you then.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye.